For thousands of years, man thought that the sun orbited the earth and the earth was flat until 1515, when a priest by the name of Copernicus said that the earth was orbiting around the sun, like Venus and Mars. Of course, he didn't get imprisoned like Galileo in 1632 because he was a priest, while Galileo was a layman and a scientist. So, it just goes to show that there are periods and points in time where man is often wrong. And we thought that younger males conferred the most health to a baby when they breed, probably for thousands of years. Perhaps not in the periods of where older males were breeding with younger females, predominantly in ancient Greece. I mean, it's kind of weird that Socrates lived to the ripe old age of 80 when they had no pharmaceutical medication to make you live that long. And that was average. About 70 something to 80 was average, just like it is today, thousands of years ago. But then about 1900, the average age was 50 years old. Could that be because we started with the youth entitlement of World War I, where a lot of that generation died off, so they thought, oh fuck, we have to breed and have babies so our species doesn't die, because the species almost died because of World War I and the influenza outbreak of 1917. We almost came to extinction. Look that shit up, because that's true as fuck. And then they started breeding again because they were available after the war. And, then there was the 1930s and 40s where older men were breeding with younger women again. And then you started to see genius come out of the world, because we were in the most prosperous time in the 1950s. From 1946 to 1963, when the tax rate on the rich was ultra high. We were intelligent in some regards in the 1950s because we had the most prosperous economy in American history. Could that be because of the breeding between older men in the 1930s and 40s? Conferring more intelligence to the babies? Well, Cary Grant, Humphrey Bogart, they all had the younger ladies. You know what I mean? And as a matter of fact, you look at Bram Stoker's Dracula, and it seems like a metaphor for age gap relationships, because he needed her virgin attribute, you could say he needed her blood, but really he needed her sex, is what I'm trying to say. And Bram Stoker's wife was 30 years younger than him. So I think that Dracula could have maybe even inadvertently, been a metaphor for age gap relationships. So like I'm saying, we now believe in the heliocentric model, but we used to believe in the earth-centric model, where the earth was orbited by the sun. And there are many times where mankind has been wrong. That's just one case. Also, lead was safe for a long time, lead piping. Then there was the intelligence drop and the barbarians invaded Rome because they were stupid, and radioactive lead, polluted their brains. So there was another point where mankind presumed to be correct was lead piping, and we were dead wrong. You could say the same about gasoline, when solar power is also readily available, and also hemp fuel would probably be more efficient and better for the environment. I don't really care what the fucking Republicans are going to say, because they're wrong and we're right. And if you're conservative in this regard, where you deign ageism necessary for some damn reason, you may as well just go hang out with the conservatives, because you're a bigot. So what I'm saying is, if man was wrong about a couple of different things, then they could have been wrong about age gap relationships being bad. You have the paternal aging effect myth of 1912, which was obviously refuted by the 2012 discovery of middle-aged enzymatic telomerase within the reproductive transport cells. And we've known for thousands of years that younger women confer the most health to a baby, because what we know now is that aneuploid retardation of the cell follicle sets in around the age of 26. I'm not saying your kids are retarded. I'm saying your kids are normal. I'm saying I want extraordinary, though.